Hi everyone, welcome back to Filouraa. In our previous video, we discussed the theory behind muslin preparation and why each step is essential before draping. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend watching it first as it explains the purpose of every process we'll be demonstrating today. In this practical session, I'll walk you through the complete muslin preparation process from measuring the dress form to preparing a perfect block, pressed and marked muslin that's ready for draping. So let's get started. Let's start with the first step, measuring the dress form. The first step is determining the size of a muslin required for the section you intended to drape. Since we are preparing a muslin for a basic bodice, we will measure only the required area of a dress form. So if you see the dress form, you can see the construction line that we can use as a guideline for draping a muslin. Here you can see both the vertical and horizontal guidelines. This includes the center front line, neckline, a princess line, shoulder line, waistline and side seam line. You can see this line being extended to the lower part of the dress form too. Since draping is a completely different technique from a flat pattern making, the method of taking a measurement also changes. Instead of recording detailed body measurement, our goal here is simply to prepare a muslin piece that is large enough to drape comfortably on the dress form. Therefore, we measure only required length and width of a garment section while adding extra fabric for draping ease and seam allowance. This gives us enough fabric to pin, manipulate and refine the design during the draping process without any restrictions. We will begin by taking a lengthwise measurement from neck base to the waistline of a dress form. To provide a sufficient fabric for draping and seam allowance, we will add an extra 4 inches to this measurement. Next, we will take a widthwise measurement from center front line to the side seam. For this measurement, we will add 1 inch along the center front to create a fold line and 2 inch along the side seam to allow for draping and seam allowance. Since draping is a three-dimensional process of pattern making, these additional allowances ensures that the muslin is easy to handle, pin and shape during the draping process while providing enough fabric for adjustment and garment development. For this demonstration, I'll be using a medium weight muslin as we are preparing a block for a basic bodice. Medium weight muslin is an ideal choice because it is stable, easy to handle and accurately reflect the structure of the final garment during the draping process. Along with the muslin fabric, we will also need a fabric marking pen to mark the construction lines, a measuring tape and a pair of fabric scissors. As we learned in our previous videos, fabric is generally purchased and measured in yards or meters, which means it comes in a full fabric width. However, handling the entire width of the fabric while draping a small garment component, such as a basic bodice, can be very difficult and inconvenient. To make the draping process more manageable, we first prepare a muslin block of a required size. This allows us to handle the fabric more easily while maintaining the accuracy during the draping. Before preparing the muslin, it's important to identify the selvedge. The selvedge serves as our primary reference for identifying the fabric grains. From the selvedge, we can determine the warp grain, weft grain, and bias grain, all of which plays a crucial role in successful draping. If you haven't already, I highly recommend watching our previous tutorials on fabric grain lines as understanding them is essential before beginning draping or a pattern making. Now, let's observe the stretch characteristics of each grain direction. Along the warp grain, the fabric has the least amount of stretch. Along the weft grain, there is a slightly more stretch compared to the warp grain. The bias grain, which runs at a 45-degree angle to the warp and weft, has the maximum stretch and flexibility. Understanding these properties will help you position and manipulate the fabric correctly during the draping process. Before you start, make sure you have noted down all the required measurement. Remember, the main component are always prepared in lengthwise direction with a warp grain running parallel to the selvage. This helps maintain the correct grain orientation during the draping. Using a fabric marking tool ensures the required garment length along with the selvage. In this demonstration, the length is 8 inches and we will add an additional 4 inches as a draping and seam allowance. Now mark 8 inches along the selvage in a lengthwise direction and add 4 inches additional. Now we have a lengthwise measurement. Next, mark the widthwise measurement. Begin by measuring 1 inch from the selvage, which will serve as the center front fold allowance. From this fold line, measure the distance from center front to the side seam. Here it is 4.5 inch, and then add an additional 2 inches for draping and seam allowance. Once all these measurements have been marked, use a measuring tape, a ruler or a set square to square out the lines, forming a neat rectangle muslin block. This prepared block will be much easier to handle and provides sufficient fabric for accurate draping and design development. Now that the initial muslin block has been marked, the next step is the tearing of the fabric. Instead of cutting the muslin completely with the scissors, make a small snip, which is a small cut using a scissor at the edge of the fabric where the marked line begins. Then hold the fabric firmly on both the sides and gently apply force to tear it along the grain. Continue tearing until you reach the corner of the marked block. At that point, make another small snip and repeat the process along the next marked line. You may wonder, why do we tear the fabric instead of cutting it? When muslin is torn along the warp or a weft grain, the tear naturally follows the yarn, producing a perfectly straight edge that is aligned with the fabric grain. If you remove a single thread from the torn edge, you will notice that edge is perfectly on grain, ensuring greater accuracy during the draping. However, not all fabric can be torn. Fabrics with a tight weave, delicate structure, or a certain finishes may not tear cleanly. In such cases, you can use the drawn thread method. To do this drawn thread method, make a small snip at the edge of the fabric and carefully pull out a single yarn. Removing the thread creates a visible guideline known as a missing pick or a drawn thread line. This line serves as an accurate cutting guide. Simply cut along this guideline to obtain a perfectly straight edge while maintaining the correct grain line. Both the tearing method and drawn thread method help ensures that your muslin remains perfectly on grain, which is essential for achieving balanced and accurate draping result. After tearing the muslin, take a close look at the edges. You will notice that warp and weft yarns may become slightly distorted in the direction of the force applied during the tearing. If left uncorrected, this distortion can affect the accuracy of your draping. To restore the fabric to its correct grain alignment, we perform a process called blocking. To block the muslin, place it flat on the table and gently pull the fabric diagonally from opposite corners. This helps realign the warp and weft yarns, bringing them back to their original position so that they are perpendicular to each other, forming a perfect 90-degree angle. You can use an L square or a set square to check whether the warp and weft yarn aligned correctly. Continue pulling diagonally, checking the alignment after each adjustment until the fabric is perfectly squared. Once the muslin has been properly blocked and the grain lines are restored, we will move on to the next step, that is pressing. Before pressing, place the muslin on cushioned or a padded pressing surface. A padded backing provides even support and helps maintain the fabric's grain alignment during the pressing. The purpose of pressing is to set the alignment of warp and weft yarn in place after blocking, ensuring that the fabric retains its correct grain. You can use either a steamed iron or a heat press depending upon the equipment available. While pressing, be careful to lift and press the iron gently rather than sliding it across the fabric. Gliding the iron may distort the newly aligned warp and weft yarns, causing the fabric to go off grain again. Continue pressing until the entire muslin block is smooth, wrinkle free, and the grain alignment has been permanently set. Once this is complete, the muslin is fully prepared for marking and draping. The final step in muslin preparation is redefining the marking guideline. These guidelines serves as a reference point during draping and help maintain the accuracy and balance throughout the process. Begin by marking 1 inch from the center front edge. This line indicates the folding allowance and represents the actual center front line during the draping. Next, mark 2-inch allowance from the side seam edge. This extra fabric provides sufficient room for shaping the garment and includes the necessary draping and seam allowance. Then, mark 4-inch allowance along the bottom edge. This serves as lengthwise allowance, giving enough fabric for style development, adjustment, and seam allowance. These marking establish the basic allowance guidelines for the muslin. To create additional internal reference line, measure the mark at the chest line. You can mark the chest line by measuring it. And the princess line. These balance lines acts as important guides during the draping, helping you maintain proper grain alignment, achieve symmetry, and accurately position the fabric on the dress form. With these guidelines in place, your muslin is now fully prepared and ready for the draping process. So now you can see all the lines, including the center front line, princess line, and side seam line, along with the chest line and the hem line in widthwise direction. So while draping, the 1 inch that we marked from the selvedge will be folded, and the folded line will align with the center front line on the dress form. So this is the final block, and this is how the ready to drape block should look at the end. That completes the muslin preparation process for draping. By carefully selecting the fabric, taking the required measurement, marking, tearing, blocking, and pressing, and redefining the guideline, you have created a muslin block that is accurately prepared and ready for draping. Spending time on these preparation steps ensures a better grain alignment, improved accuracy, and smoother draping experience. In the next video, we will begin basic bodice draping, where you will learn how to position the muslin on the dress form, align the grain line, pin the fabric correctly, and shape the bodice to achieve a balanced, well-fitted foundation. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Filouraa and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next lesson in this draping series. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.